We're here to tell the truth.
In a scenario where a woman does not withhold her body from her husband, but still he cheats, how then does she win her husband back?
Win him back? Did she lose him in the first place?
To another woman.
Win him back. Maybe that woman was there before the man came into the picture. She should commit him to God. Verse 3 of 1 Corinthians 11. But I want you to understand that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is man, and the head of Christ is God. So the head of the man is Christ. You should report him. Now, do I presume this is a Christian man? Because that's ridiculous. He can't be living in adultery. If he is, he should be reported instantly, ought to be dealt with the greatest seriousness. It's not fun, it's not a joke. The woman has the right to almost divorce him. So it's nothing simple there. It's not a light thing. If it's a Christian, if it's an unsaved person, and the woman is like, oh, I don't want to separate, I want to stay with this husband, then she should report him to the family, the authorities in their life, and she might separate if she wants. Okay, I'm going away, I can't stay with you while you do this nonsense, and so on. If it might be spiritual, I've spoken about this in some settings. There are many women who do witchcraft, love potions, concoctions, and enchantment. Many men are under a spell, a real spell. And I commented on this, how people have woken up. There are stories of every kind. One, the most extreme I heard, it was 25 years later. And the woman was offering the sacrifice every year. But one time came 25 years later, and she went like, this man couldn't possibly still be under the control. And she didn't go and offer, I think it was a chicken, something she was to do, from the person who gave her the original spell to enchant him and marry him. They had grown-up children. She didn't do it, and the husband wakes up on the bed and turns and says, who are you? 25 years after being married. And I commented on this during one of the interviews, and someone may say, no, I don't believe that, that's not true. And I'll answer you, that's your problem. You were not there. So I wasn't, but the person that was telling, the man literally didn't know who his wife was. You wonder, he was going to walk, he was living his life, but he was under a spell. When the woman didn't renew the covenant with darkness, the spell fell off his eyes. For 25 years, he didn't know about this woman. So there's wickedness like this. We've heard stories from people straight from the horse's mouth of using spells on men, love potions, worldwide. So there are men like that's what is their problem. One reason why I'm not all for, once they cheat, dump them. Some of them are under spells. Then some of them are addicts. Some of them are under, their flesh. Some have demonic possession, male and female. So if you help them get free, you might actually do them great good. Some need to be prayed for, demons cast out of them. So you're asking how you can win them back. They need to be presented, they need to get help, and that will make them better. But if you do absolutely nothing, I've heard of unsaved people that don't know any better, go for therapy. We all know Tiger Woods, best golf player in the world, and he went for therapy on sexual addiction. He was so out of control that he was sent for therapy. It was an open thing all over the news many years ago. So even there are people who know that they can't seem to help themselves. Now, if I was there, I would say, come here, you need deliverance, and we pray and rebuke the spirit of promiscuity. That's when it's extreme. It can just be indiscipline. Okay?
Yeah.
Some men do it, women, because they can get away with it, because it's in darkness. Then there are even people who are being blackmailed. There's all kinds of scenarios. We go on and on. There are people who say, I'll tell your spouse. I've heard of people, some have recordings of indecent stuff, immoral, sex tape type stuff. And they say, I'll tell your spouse if you don't stay under my control. Some from a past life, from their previous life. There's every kind of scenario. And we have to judge each on its own merit. But basically, you're trying to win back a husband who is cheating. Talk to the authority figures, talk to him. And you may need to threaten him and take action and do certain things. If it's a Christian couple, you need to pray for him to be free of whatever that challenge is. and you don't hide it. So some people hide it, cover it up, male or female. They don't let anyone know that it's happening, hoping for the best. No, if it's infidelity, very early on in the marriage, you should expose it at least to his parents or some authority figures in his life. Very early. Don't hide it. Many women hide things they shouldn't hide, but they ought to expose it. All right.